Softball action for the Lady Wildcats of Lovington as they're going to be facing the Lady Tigers of Aztec. And Lovington will be the home team. Just wanted to let you know about that as they won 4-0 against Berlin, did the Lady Tigers. And of course, Lovington won against St. Pius by the score of 8-5. Getting our lineups ready and getting everything else set up. Just want to let you know what's going on as we continue coverage. We have a new feed as the other one, of course, had to go. But hoping for one more game after this one. But one game at a time is what they always say. That's what the coach tells me anyway. We'll be back in a moment more as we continue coverage of the Lovington Wildcats, Lady Wildcats, that is, right here on Lovington Sports, whether it be on HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and I believe it's on the Facebook page of KZOR. right, we are moments away from getting a start between number 4, Lady Aztecs, Lady Tigers of Aztec, versus Lovington Lady Wildcats. This one goes, unfortunately, in the way of the Lady Tigers, as they have faced each other twice. It's been a while. Actually, last year was a playoff game. 6-4 was the final, and that was the losing end for Lovington Lady Wildcats. Meanwhile, it was also a losing game against them, also in a playoff game that happened back in 2018. The final score was 4-2. So Aztecs hold the series at 0-2. So we are going to see if Lovington can get their first win at least the last couple of games against this Aztec team, after they were once again victorious against St. Pius by the score of 8-5. This is Ron Gunner. Thank you very much for being here. As we continue coverage on it, we will get the lineups for both sides. We have one, as it's going to be Utahara is going to be pitching for the Lovington Wildcats. Be once again Morales catching. It'll be Hooligan, I think. Actually, I know I'm saying the name wrong. I do apologize. Holgen going to be at first base. Second base is going to be Rodriguez. Yaya Garcia is going to get back to third base. Corral is going to be at shortstop. From left to right, it'll be Bailey Garcia along with Ellis at center, and Castro in right as they are warming up, getting ready to go. It looks like it'll be just a moment or two before they get started. And once again, Lovington is the home field, or has the home field advantage. So let's get back into it and let's see. Okay, so we do have these. No, really. All right. So first one up for Aztec is going to be Dominique Dale. Dominic takes the first one as low. Nope, actually it's going to be going across for a strike. Once again, Utahara is pitching. So far it is 0-1. And that one goes across for a ball. So 1-1 is the count right now for Dale. We'll get that lineup for Aztec in a moment. So that one goes across for the ball as well. So 2-0, 2-1, I mean. I get all these numbers correctly done sooner or later. Utahara, who pitched in the last one, is going to go ahead and throw in this one as well. That one's going to be a strike. Nicely done as it goes across for no swing. 2-2 is the count. Got Aztec radio next to me as we get that one fouled off. So the count's still at 2-2. Two and two the count. We are on the right side of the home plate as that one gets hit over to Yaya. She's unable to control it, and it will be an E5 for the first batter. Coming up next is going to be Cheyenne Yellow. Yellow takes that first one, watches it go by as it goes across the pike for a strike. Cheyenne takes the first strike. One on, no outs. Top of the first. And that was going to be delivered once again over to Yaya, who gets a double play to get, or did she? I thought she was there for the at the first. Did get second out, so it was Dale who was thrown out at second. But yellow managed to make it with a fielder's choice to first. So that was a 5-4 fielder's choice. First one goes across. This time it's going to be 4. Thankfully, she has continued to bat. That'll be number 10. And I don't have a 10. Wait, or is it 10? Right now we've got a count of, yes, it is 10, and we'll find out about that in a moment. As this one's going to be coming across for a ball. And no, I don't see any scoreboard. I think they're doing it on the side. It's a bit of an interesting stance for the umpire as he goes and stands strangely, but that one is hit and foul to the right for the foul ball. And let's see what the count is. So 1 on. That one goes across. Strike. Oh, that is a strikeout. Nope, nope, not yet. Strike 2. So strike 2. The batter was going to walk back, but was told that's just strike 2. So number 10 for the Tigers. Going to hit that one, and it's going to be fouled as well. Out of play. So a small team for Coach Joshua French. That one goes high, and that'll be, all right, so there's a full count and walked. It's the first walk issued. It's 2 on, 1 out. And coming up next is going to be number 8. That'll be Kimora Henry. First one goes across for the ball. Takes that one across the pike for a strike on that. Went, oh yes, definitely in the middle. Fastball. No doubt about that. 1-1 is the count right now. Game 2 of a possible triple header today for the Lovington Lady Wildcats. And that is being dribbled up the middle over to shortstop. Trying for the double play. Does get second and first as well. So the 6-4-3 happens that time around, and that is going to be the out number 3 that is needed. So there was no hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left on base. We're going to go to the bottom of the first, and we'll be back in a moment as we continue coverage right here on the Lovington Sports Network, whether you're on HobbsAmerica.com or YouTube. All right, we are back live at Cleveland High School for the 2025 Nacendo Credit Union State Softball Championships. And we are in game number 2 right now, at the bottom of the first. It's going to be coming up here in just a moment. We've got Honey Morales coming up, catcher in this game as well. And she's going to be batting first once again. According to TJ, she has been really good as far as getting started on, getting some runners on for the Lovington Lady Wildcats. We talked about the fact that the wind wasn't a factor. Now it is starting to blow a little more. So that means that I've just got to maintain my paperwork as well. As you can hear it blowing across. So it'll be interesting to see as we get underway for the bottom of the first. Once again, 0-0 is the score. Looks like it is going to be 8. Okay, so that'll be 8 pitching. And that is going to be, yeah, the wind is starting to get stronger now. Looks like it's going to be infield coming to the batter, so it'll be a pitcher's wind, as it is Kamara Henry who is going to be hurling the ball for the Aztecs. First one's going to be hit by Honey, but unfortunately straight over to a grounder to second, and that'll be the first out. As it goes straight to a rally of 4-3 for the first out. So not an auspicious start for Lovington. So already has one batter, one out. Next coming up is going to be Sabri Sanchez. And that is going to go across for a strike. So Sanchez watched it go by for the strike. Count now is 0-1. That's going to be high. Oh, no, it is not. It is going to be just right for strike number 2. So 2 strikes so far early on, as Aztec is trying to see what they can do with these, cool these batters down for Lovington. 4-0 was the score for them against Berlin. Swing and a miss on that one. That'll be strike number 3. First one of the game as well. As for Aztec, the Lady Tigers, 2 up, 2 down so far in the top of the first. Sorry, bottom of the first. So once again, Lovington is going to be the home team. So with that, here comes batter number 3. That'll be Holgen. Up, and first one goes across, and I'm going to get some paperweights. There we go. Picks that, 2 outs. Swing and a miss on that one, and it'll be strike 1, I believe. So it's 1-1 for the count against definitely have to watch out for that wind. Ball on that one. Heard that one called. And that's going to put it at I was getting those numbers in. Swing and a miss on that one. Strike 3. And that is a 3rd strikeout. And that means 3 up, 3 down, as it is going to be no hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left on base. We're going to go to the top of the second. Tigers going to be up next as they try to get their bat started. They've already gotten 1 to go in to get on base, while Lovington has not been able to so far. Of course, it is just the first inning. Top of the second here in just a moment as we continue coverage right here on Lovington Sports Network. right, we are back into action. It's coming up should be Phillips. And she is at first base today. With their lineup in the bottom of the second. So yeah, the Tigers had a 2-0 deficit early on in that game against Berlin. Tied it up. No, I'm thinking about the other game. I'm thinking about their game against St. Pius. Anyway, 4-0 was the final against Berlin versus this Aztec team. So they kept them scoreless. First one goes across. Delivered by Yudahara for the strike. As she watched it go by, Phillips. And that one's going to be a ball, so just barely missed the corner, I believe, for 1-1 for the call. Yudahara once again on the mound. Honey Morales, as that one gets hit over to first, and she's able to rally it to second. Recovers the bag, and it is out. So that means Rodriguez caught the ball from Hooligan. Yeah. And that'll be out number 1. Coming up next is, always out of line. Let's see, that is going to be double check and make sure. Kimmy Lucio. Swing and a miss on that one will be strike 1. Cammy is at bat. Ball call for that for Cammy. That looks like it's at 1 and 2. Oh, that's right. Swung and foul back for another strike. Strike number 2. Yes, it'll be 0-0 Madeline Kaiser coming up next to bat. It's this one deep, but it gets caught by the right fielder for Lovington for out number 2, Castro. Castro able to catch that one in right field. There we go. Coming up next, once again, is Kazar. First one's going to go across for a look strike. Actually, no, not Kazar. It is Christina Whitehorse. So that is Whitehorse, right? Yes, indeed, Whitehorse. Whitehorse is going to be playing third base. So it is now, oh, I thought that was his count. Wind blowing, and that is going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that will end the inning as 2 strikeouts and a pop fly. Get 3 up and 3 down. No hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left on base. As we go to the bottom of the second, we are tied still at 0-0. Be back in a moment with more right here on the Lovington Network. All right, we are back as coming up next to bat will be, of course, Lovington. And that'll be in the hands of Rodriguez. Nope, sorry, that is Ellis. Ellis first time up in this game. So Ellis looking at an 1-0 count. It's this one foul, goes to the back and over the head. So unable to get that one will be kind of 1-1. So 1-1 is the call. Once again, game 2 of this game today. This is the second game that Lovington has played. So has Aztec, as that one's getting hit to the center and unfortunately not deep or shallow enough to avoid being caught. And that time around, it was caught by Bradshaw. So out number 1 as it goes for an 8. Coming up next is me, Yurahara. So that one gets hit high and foul. Oh, I see. So that is Rodriguez. So Rodriguez. There we go. First one is a strike. This one's going to be delivered high infield and caught. Unfortunately, that was an easy one. Can of corn, as they say, for out number 2 for Rodriguez. And it will be 2 outs already in the bottom of the second. So 2 outs coming up will be Yaya. Yaya with 2 outs, nobody on, wants to get something going with her bat. Person goes across for the ball. Just a little inside on that one. So Henry delivering inside, actually high, and that'll be ball number 2. And it is Kamara Henry on the mound. That goes crossed high, just enough for the ball call. 3-0 is the count. So 3-0 on this Friday afternoon. Friday actually morning still, isn't it? Almost afternoon. And that goes across for a strike. Strike number 1. 3-1 the count. That one went down the pike for a strike. I thought so. It may have been low, but it was not. Instead, gets it to a full count as Yaya was unable to get that swing. She watched it go by. Swung that one, hit it foul, goes behind us. Keeps the count at 3-2. That is going to be hit, also foul to the right. So she's making contact. She's not hitting it right. Not getting it to the right time. So Garcia, Yaya is going to try it one more time. Full count, nobody on, 2 outs. That'll go across for walk. So she has walked to first, takes her base. Coming up next will be the pitcher, Yurahara. So Yurahara up to bat. Daphne taking the first one. It's going to be hit shallow, and it looks like it's going to be shortstop. It's going to be able to get underneath it right next to second base. In any case, would have been out number 3. Nevertheless, though, unfortunately, that means 4 batters that came and went. 1 hit, actually no hits because that was a walk. And that means nobody left on base as well, no errors. No runs come across. We're going to go to the top of the third in this tight game so far. It is all tied up at 0. We'll be back in a moment with as it is going to be the Lady Tigers who will be batting next right here on the Lovington Network. All right, we are back as coming up first bat will be Whitehorse, third baseman. And there is Justice. Okay. First one's going to be hit foul to the right. This is still, neither team has gone through the lineup. This is the last final one for the Aztecs. So both teams will be into their second order in this third inning. And let's see, we have a count of 1-1, I believe. That one goes across for the ball. Looked like it was very close, but got the ball call as it rose up just a little too high for the ump's liking. So that one's going to be going across for a strike. Nicely done. For a count of 2-2. Just on the outside. Oh, actually, no, wait. Nope. 3-2. Runner tried to go to take her base, but not quite there yet. So 3-2. As Yudahara is going to try to see if she can get a strike out of this one, and does get it hit foul. So no change in the count on that. So there we go, getting back, Yudahara to deliver. Going to be dribbled to third. Could be in time, and it will not get there in time, as it was Yaya who tried to get up there and get the ball corralled. It did a nice throw to first, but it was not in time as it was legged out by Whitehorse for her first out. First hit. What's going to be up next is going to be Justice. Oh, I see. There's a conference from the coach, third base coach. Oh, 0-1 is the count. Oh, I see. So now the count is at 1-1. Swung on a miss, strike. Actually, that was a strikeout. All right, just had to make sure. So an out for that. One on, one out. Top of the third, coming up to the top of the order will be Dale. Dale is playing at shortstop. A throw back to first after the throw, and actually it got past, and actually there is a player hurt as well. I don't know if that was dirt in the eye or what happened, but definitely Phillips is down. And that is not a good sign, as she tried to get that throw and crumpled. So the runner does go to second. That'd be Whitehorse. And there may be some need for, got the trainers out there, so we've got a break, an injury timeout, as the coach goes out and talks to his team. We'll be back in a moment as we continue coverage right here. Of course, can't do it without our sponsors. Let me get those for you. Got to thank Lasco Construction for all the help, along with IPS, Norley Hospital District, Bob's Thriftway, Lovington Schools, along with Stone Oil Field Services. Gotcha for Lee County Electric Corps and Lovington Auto Supply. Well, there are a couple more. Let's see. That is going to be Eunice Pump and Supply and R360. Without those sponsors, we will not be able to put these on the air, and definitely would not be able to put them on for free. Looks like she is all right, but she is still going to go to the dugout for a moment. Make sure she is walking on her own, so that's a good sign. She's not hurt or anything. Nevertheless, though, they're going to make sure about it. Actually, they're going to take her out. So that means she will be substituted. So that coming in will be looks like Jana Ocha is going to be taking third base, and Yaya is going to be taking first. So oops, wrong one. Let's see. As we get back into it, let me double check. Let's see. So Ocha, first pitch is going to be a ball call. Ocha is a freshman, of course. Jana. Or Joanna. Ball on that one, so ball two. Didn't quite make it, but the freshman is going to be playing third base. Keep losing it. There we go. So, up, and there's another. Just as that goes strike, a ball from another field comes across and goes right to the pitcher. So it didn't disrupt anything, as that one's going to be a strike. 2-1 is the count. Once again, that is going to be for wrong side. Hit foul to the right. Quickly hit the fence. And now we're looking at a count of 2-2. There we go, number 9. Hit foul again to the right. Oh, that's Candelara. Alexin Candelara, who is at bat right now and has the count up to it's either 2-2 or 3-2. Hit to second. That'll be a tag out to second as well after the catch. So double play, and that'll get us out of the inning. As let's see, it'll be well, looks like that was no hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left on base. Actually, one was left on. No, actually, there was nobody left on base because of the double out. So we'll be back in a moment, and we'll get everything set up and straightened up as we continue coverage right here on the Lovington Sports Network. All right, so we are back in action, still scoreless on both sides as we have the team set up for Aztec. It'll be Henry at pitching. It'll be Lucio at catcher. Phillips at first, Yellow at second, Whitehorse at third, Dale at shortstop with Kaiser in left field, center field Bradshaw, and right field will be Justice. On that last at bat, it was Dale who was at shortstop, maybe not anymore. Let's see, let me double check with my peepers. Where are my peepers? There we are. There's a conference with the coach. Didn't notice that until now. Okay, so it has moved over from Dale to Candelara. So there was that change. And now there's a conference of the umps. Not sure if it's about the injured player or what it is going on. But while they're doing that, the Tigers, Lady Tigers, are taking advantage and having an infield meeting. Coming up next should be Castro. Haven't quite got through the rotation yet as Lovington, but hoping to as well for this inning. That'll be so on that side, it's Lucio. I believe that is. Yep, Cami Lucio, number 2. Catching for the Lady Tigers. Here we go again. All right, we're back into action as everybody's back into place. And that should be, once again, Castro to bat. First ball high for ball 1. The wind has changed a little bit. It was blowing towards me, now it's blowing behind me. As we have a timeout once again. And there is a question about scoring, I believe. Looks like the scorebook is out for some reason. So while doing that, coach is going to be out there talking to the batter, Castro. That'll be, of course, Stephen McCraw. And I'm hoping the mix-up has been taken care of. So, back to action as it is going to be Henry to deliver. No, it is going to be a strike on that one. No swing on that. So it'll be 1-1 the count. There are 3 umps out there this time around. Usually there's 2, but because of the championship situation, there is 3 as that one goes across for the ball. 2-1 is the count. Fouled back for strike number 2. Going to get a count of 2-2 for Castro. So bottom of the 3rd is what we're at right now. Nobody on, nobody out, and Castro trying to get something going as she is near the bottom of the lineup. That is going to be a strikeout. Went across without a swing. Hate to see that happen, but it did, and that's strikeout number 3 for Henry. Bailey Garcia up next. She is at left field. Let's see what Bailey can do as the first one goes low, as indeed, for the ball 1. Had to make sure about that. So nobody on, 1 out. Bailey Garcia up to bat. This pitch swung on and missed a little early, I believe, if I saw that correctly. And that'll be strike 1. So 1-1 is the count. That one's going to be hit foul. It's going to go over my head. Luckily there's netting all around, so no chance of getting hit. But it does bring up a long strike, 1 and 2. Got Eunice baseball happening today as well. So the only 2 teams for Lee County that are still playing are still alive. Lovington Lady Wildcats, of course, right here now, and Eunice Cardinals baseball. It's like another ball from another field. I was going to say court, but field. Came into play. We had a moment of making sure it was off the field. It is. Now we're back to action. Oh, well early as that was a drop strike 3 call, and we'll get it over in time to first for the out. A huge swing early on. Expecting a fastball apparently as that one went across after she had already swung. So 2 strikeouts so far as we get to the bottom of the order, or is it the top? Let's see. So it should be the top of the order. And it should be the catcher, Honey Morales. So Honey is up, 2 outs, nobody on. Hits this one, and it's going to be a blooper to shallow infield, and that'll be caught easily by the shortstop for out number 3. So that was Dale who was able to catch that one for the Aztec Tigers. That means 3 up, 3 down, and it is going to be a 0-0 tie as we go into the top of the 4th. We've got it covered right here on the Lovington Sports Network, whether it be on HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, or on KZOR, yes, on the Facebook page. Be back in a moment. Good news for Lovington fans as it looks like it is going to be remaining at first base anyway. Double check. Yep, that is first baseman. Has returned after a little slight checkup. She was on the ground. There's another ball from another field coming in to play. So Jocelyn is back, thankfully. So Jocelyn's still covering first, getting back into the action, and it's going to be another ball. Man, they seem to be flying more. The last 3 in a row, it seems like, in the last just minute play. So got to always be aware of that. Keep your head up, as they always say. Coming up is going to be, I'm going to say that's 20. So that is going to be yellow. Cheyenne yellow. First one goes across, and it's going to be a strike, I believe. Ball is the call, so he does yell it out. So we're going to count a 1-1 for Cheyenne Yellow Horse. Sorry, not Yellow Horse. Cheyenne Yellow. Oh, that is going to be actually a strike. Okay, so he called it in late. I thought for a second it was going to be a ball. But instead, he did call for the strike. Cheyenne still up, though. That is going to be hit to second. Delivered over to first in time for the 4-3 and out number 1. So they are, Aztec is able to get the ball hit, but aren't able to get anything beyond an out. Let's see, are we at? Yep. Out number 1 already, as it is Bradshaw coming up next. Bradshaw's in the outfield. That one goes low, hits the dirt, and it's going to be ball 1. Always makes me wonder about, I know not every team has dirt. This one does have dirt, and it makes a difference for some, as it has grass in the outfield. That one goes across, and that'll be a strike call. For 1-1, the call for Bradshaw. Udahara on the mound. Looking at her armband after getting the signal from Morales. And that'll be a ball as it comes across, just a little outside. This count now is 2-1. Plenty of spectators here as that one goes across. And that looks like it's going to be a ball as well. So 3-1 for Bradshaw. Bradshaw gets back in the box, digs in, and gets ready for the next delivery. Oh, ball 4 as Bradshaw thought for a second that was going to be a strike. Hesitated for a moment till the call, and did get the call that she wanted a ball 4, walk, and she takes her base. Henry coming up next, the pitcher, as it is 1 out, 1 on, and Henry to bat. That one goes across for a strike. Nicely done, as it's a fastball that goes over the middle, just a little high, but not high enough for the first strike. It was Henry who hit into a 6-4-3 in the first. That about throwing back to first. It was a little lead off for Bradshaw, but did not. So 2-1 now the count. So 2-1, nice day. You can see not really a lot of dirt around, so lucky about that. Hit that one, and it's going to be going to second. Rallied over to first for, at least she advanced the runner to second. That would, of course, yellow goes to, Bradshaw goes to second. And it is going to be Henry who hits into the, out number 2. Coming up next is going to be Phillips. Phillips hits it, dribbles it actually, as it's a bunt, and advances the runner to third. Does she get out? Yes, she does, and she was thrown out at third. So a 2-3 right there for Phillips as she earns out number 3. So 1 left on base, as it was Henry who hit to that nice little 4th out. Let's see. Okay, so we're in the bottom of the 4th now, as we had no hits, no runs, no errors, 1 left on base. Yes, 1 left on base. And it is going to be bottom of the 4th. Lovington coming up to see what they can do with their bats as we continue coverage right here. We're continuing it on HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and on on KZOR on the Facebook page. Game going pretty quickly. It started a little late, but it is almost 12:30, and we're in the bottom of the 4th right now. Coming up to bat is going to be Sanchez, as that one goes into the dirt for ball 1 for Sanchez. Sanchez struck out in the 1st inning. Swing and a miss on that one will be strike 1. So 1-1 is the count right now against Sanchez, bottom of the 4th. Gonna be low on that one for ball 2. So no chasing so far from Sanchez. Swing and a miss on that one will be strike 2, so gets the count at 2-2. Winner moves on, loser goes home. I'm going to find out who that is later on. Swing and a miss, and that'll be strike 3, unfortunately, as she is seen swinging away and missing that one for strikeout, and that is going to start the inning wrong with the first out. So down goes Chance Sanchez. Coming up will be Jocelyn Holgen, and that she is going to see what she can do with her second attempt as she hits the ball quickly, and that is going to go into center field. Actually going to be infield and right over to the second baseman. That is going to be played by, that is Rodriguez. So Rodriguez able to catch that one quickly for out number 2 on that fly, infield fly. And it'll be Ellis. See what she can do with the bat in the bottom of the 4th. So far, no hits have gone, unable to get any hits for Lovington. Would love to get that one as first one goes across. Looked like that was a ball. Ellis flied out to center. That is a ball as well. So back in the box is Ellis. Oh, that looked like it caught at something, but it did not. Instead, it's a ball, ball 3. 3-0 is the score. Could be walked. Could just be 2 outs and 1 on, but let's see what happens as Henry delivers another. It should be a strike, and it is. So playing precautious is Lovington. Maybe the reason why they haven't had any hits yet. This one is going to be hit, and it's going to be to center field left, or right, I mean. Gets past the fielder, and will be a nice stand-up double for Ellis. So she broke the hitting streak, of a non-hitting streak, I should say. finally gets a double and a hit as well for Lovington as that one went out. Would like to Bradshaw. Bradshaw wasn't able to catch it or cover it as well as she wanted to. So coming up next is going to be Rodriguez. Rodriguez at second base today as that one goes across for the strike. First one as she watched it go by. So one on right now with 2 outs. She's at second, so scoring position if she hits deep enough. And it's going to be fouled, though, and it'll be going possibly to another field. As this netting kind of lets it go that way, that's one of the reasons they don't hit it that hard. The netting bounces it around and keeps it going forward. Doesn't hit anybody. That's the main purpose of the net. Count is now 0-2, and coach comes out to give her a word, as it could be the third out if she struck out. So be smart. She swings her pink bat, gets the warm up, gets back in the batter's box, and waits for Henry to deliver. High, and it goes wild, and that'll be a possible throw to third. Is that in time? It is safe. As the wild throw gets Ellis to third. She had to slide to get in there, but she did get in safe. Meanwhile, that ball will make it 1-2. It's 1-2 the count. Here we go again with the runner in scoring position. This is going to be hit deep to center. Looks like she's going to be able to camp underneath it, and Rodriguez is going to be able to catch that one for out number 3. So there was one hit, one left on base. Let me double check, make sure I got that right. Actually, that was Bradshaw. Bradshaw was the one that was able to catch that one for the Tigers. But again, one left on base in scoring position to be exact. No errors, one hit, and no runs. So at least we got something going for Lovington, but we are in the bottom. We're at the top of the 5th. As this thing is moving and grooving. Nobody's scoring so far. As we continue coverage right here on Lovington and the network. Second of 3 possible games. Second game, though, for Lovington, as they had the earlier one at another broadcast. 8-5 was the final, and this time around we got a 0-0 game. Top of the 5th. There we go. That's coming up to bat first is going to be Phillips, I believe. Can't always read those numbers. First one goes across, and that is not Phillips. It's going to be Lucille. That's not even right either. That's ball on that one, so that's going to be ball number 2. Have all these lineups, and no need for them now. So Cammie up there. Oh, I see, Lucille. It is Lucille. Hits that one, and it's going to go foul. Is that going to be beyond the netting? So it could hit somebody, but hopefully not. And I'll bring up 2-1. So Cammie, the first one. Let's see, 2-1, and that was going to be hit to. It was hit left, and a single, as it wasn't able to be fielded right for. Let's see, do we have Yaya back? Oh yeah, that's right. So yes, Yaya is back. And a single. So Kazar is coming up next for the Aztecs. Bunt, and it goes backwards for a foul. Trying to get the runners to advance. Bunting once again, this time around though. A foul ball gets it 0-1 for the count. So here we go again. This is going to be blooped over to the pitcher, and we'll be able to catch it nicely too. It was a light hit. It went right back to Yudahara, and Yudahara was able to catch it, no problem. We're out number 1. So 1 out, 1 on, and coming up next is going to be, last time up she had a single for Whitehorse. That went across low and outside for a ball. So Christina Whitehorse batting now. Oops. Looking at a 2-0 count for Christina. Oh, I see. Her nickname is Tina. Okay. So Tina, ready for another one. Hits this one, goes to Yaya. She's going to flick it over to second, and that will be in time. Looks like there was a bit of an injury as she's walking it off from second. Of course, that is going to be, going to watch out for her. That is going to be Rodriguez. It seems like almost, there's a couple plays where injuries have been occurring, but that does get Whitehorse on a fielder's choice to first. So Cammie is out at second. Once again, out number 2. Kiki coming up next. Let's see, that would be Kiki Justice. Justice had a strikeout in the last time at bat. Low though, and that'll be ball 1. Is able to catch that from going wild, so the runner did not advance. At first, once again, that'll be Whitehorse. So 1-0 is the count for Kiki Justice. Swung on and missed. That'll be strike 1. So Kiki's at the bottom of the order right now. So they did get through the second time. Bats have left 3 on base so far. Swung on and missed. That was a little low, ill-advised, but swung on, missed anyway, and that'll be strike number 2. So behind on the count, 1-2. Strike 3 on that one as she swung on that one low as well. At least I thought it was anyway. Nope, nevertheless. Looks like it's going to be a 2-2 as, oh, that was a foul, that's right. So that's a foul. Did hit the bat after all. Swung on a miss, and that's going to be strike 3. As that leaves 1 on, that means 4 have been left on for the Tigers. That was also with 1 hit, no runs, no errors. We'll be back in a moment with more as we get through. We got through the top of the 5th, and we're going to go to the bottom of the 5th. Lovington still trying to get their bats to work. They finally got their first hit in the last inning. They're hoping to get more in this inning as well as we continue on Lovington Sports on HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube. All right, we are back, and let's see. I'm going to check to see who the next potential opponent can be for Lovington, or at least the winner anyway of this game. It will be, looks like that is Yaya. Outside, and yes it is for ball one. Yaya was walked the last time up. First time this time is going to be a ball to start it off. So next game will be at field number 4. And that'll be against the loser of, let's see, Silver Artesia, I believe. So it could be a matchup with Artesia again. So that first one goes, or the next one goes across for the strike. As the ball is taken off the field once again. Count is at 2-1 for Yaya. Swing and a miss on that one. And actually, no, that was strike 3, so I was wrong. So it was 1 and 2. And now it is strike number 3 for Yaya. So out number 1, bottom of the 5th. Looks like the winner will face either the loser of Artesia versus Silver. So that's number 1 versus number 2. Not very good teams to have to face. I mean, they're great teams. That's why you don't want to face them. This one's hit deep as it goes to center right, but it is tracked down by, I want to say that's Bradshaw once again, and it's hit quickly by Urahara. So 2 up, 2 down so far. Is coming up next is going to be Castro. Castro unfortunately struck out the last time at bat. First one goes across for a ball. Got that one in, and that will be a strike. Just got it on the corner. Strike number 1. So 1-1 is the count right now against Castro. Tipped foul. That went to the backstop. So 1 and 2 is the count right now, as that's still not quite getting hot enough for Lovington to be able to get somebody on base. At the bottom of the 5th, 2 outs, nobody on. Castro with a 1 and 2 count. Here we go. Hit, and that'll be over straight to first. She's able to pick it up off the grounder and touch space for the force out, number 3. So once again, more situations happening where just cannot get anything going for Lovington. Just 1 hit so far. This time around, though, 3 up, 3 down. No hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the top of the 6th. And we're running out of time. We're running out of innings anyway. All somebody has to do is just score. And so far, Aztec has had a little more opportunities than Lovington. But we will be back as we continue coverage right here, whether it be on HobsAmerica.com or YouTube. And just confirming, yes, we are on today's best music, KZOR, on the Facebook page. Be back in a moment with more coverage. Actually, we're going to go ahead and get back to it, as that warm-up was fast. So, Aztec trying to get strike while the iron is hot. I believe that's what they're doing anyway. Nevertheless, though, first one up is going to be quick strike. That'll be top of the order, Dale. Actually, no, that is going to be Candelara, I believe. Yes, indeed. First one's going to go foul on the right. So Candelara is Alex Candelara. Just outside for the ball. 1-1 is what we've got. So it'll be a tough road ahead, not only with this game, but the next one as well, as that one goes across for the ball. So Lex, they call her Lex. With a count of 2-1. Swing and miss on that one, and that is going to be strike 2. 2-2 is the count. Finally. Got a bit of a swirling wind now. Don't have a flag to look at. That one goes across, punched out for strike number 3. Watch it go across. And that was a beauty of a pitch. Took a chance, and it paid off. And that'll be the first out. So coming up next is going to be Yellow, the second baseman. She's been pretty good on defense. Let's see what she can do on the offense now. As last time, she had an infield out. First one's going to be a ball. See the dirt around. It's collecting on the phone. It's going to be static electricity. Of course, she got on with a fielder's choice last time. And a ball does come across. So we're going to have a moment of a timeout once again. To believe that was 2-0. It's 2-0 the count to Yellow. That was going to be hit right back to the pitcher. Going to get flung over. Oh, that was actually incidental contact. It was a second baseman who tried to get out of the way of shortstop. Of course, that is going to be Rodriguez out of the way of Correll, but instead runs into her, throws off the pitch, and will be a base hit for Yellow. And she's able to get on first. So it may not have been anyway. I think she was pretty fleet of foot, so I don't think she would have been thrown out, but nevertheless, so it happened. That was a swing and a miss, strike 1. Tried to hit that one, but the ball wasn't there. It already had dropped down. Probably would have been a ball. Nevertheless, though, it is a swing and a miss for strike 1. And that is me for Henry. Wait, or is it Bradshaw? Bradshaw, the center fielder. Gets that one across, and that is going to be a strike. Strike 2. So already down 0-2 is the field earlier. It was Carlsbad who was trying to come back from Cibola. Down 8-0, got it to 6-8 before the final out happened. It's Riser, and that is going to be ball 1. Got to cover Carlsbad last year, the Cave Girls. But they unfortunately lost 2 games of that day as well. So I don't know if I'm bad luck, although I wasn't watching before. Throw over to first. Is that going to be in time? She was able to get back just barely, but it looked like it was a close throw. Count is now at 2-2. And stretched that one, tried to swing on it and did, but also came up with nothing but air and a strikeout. So Reagan struck out on that one. We're out number 2. Coming up next is going to be the pitcher, Kamara Henry. It is appropriate that team number 4, ranked number 4, and a ranked number 3 are having such a tough contest with each other. Hit to third, and Yaya is going to go ahead and throw that over to first. And that will be in time to strand one And in the inning as well with the 5-3. So with that 5-3, it was Yaya sending it right over to Holgan. And Jocelyn is able to get that one for the final out. But let's see, I don't believe there was, may have been one hit. Let's see, I want to double check. Yep, one hit, one left on. No runs come across and no errors as well. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 6th. We're going to continue this one right here on Lovington and the Lovington Network. All right, welcome back as we are back in action. Bottom of the 6th, the score, as you see, is tied at 0. No runs have come across yet. In fact, actually, it's been Aztec who has had the closest to be able to get this one in. Of course, the next one up will be if the winner will go on. Loser, of course, will go home, but the winner will go on to face the winner of Silver versus Artesia. That'll be interesting to see who wins that one as well. Both 1 and 2 coming up. We are 3 and 4 right here. So never know what's going to happen. So we get underway. Once again, we are in the bottom of the 6th. And Lovington is the home team with the rank of 3. That one gets hit right out of there as far as foul. And the first batter up is going to be for Lovington. Is this a new batter? Because I don't recognize the number. First one goes foul for Hernandez, Braylon Hernandez. Same thing, maybe. Yes, it's going to be out of bounds as well. To the right once again, just a little off on her timing for the bat as the wind is starting to pick up again, blowing towards the batter. Causing me problems anyway. Okay, so instead of Garcia, it is going to be across for the ball. So 1 and 2 is moving out for the freshman Braylon Hernandez. Hernandez looking at 1 and 2 once again. Struck out on that one as it goes across for strike 3. So ring up another strike for Aztec. Already with 1 out. Coming up next to bat is going to be, actually that should have been, oh, that's a nice hit to first. A little blooper, safe as it was taken by, let's see, it looked like that was first baseman Phillips. Just couldn't get there in time, and safe is the call. They're going to question that one as well, review it. As it was the top of the order, it was Honey Morales who was able to get possibly the single. We will see as the umps are chatting about it. I think it's going to be standing. Oh, it's out. So it did not. So that is going to be out number 2. So Morales looked like she had gotten there in time. Instead, though, as Morales is now talking about it. And actually, yeah. Her high five her teammate as she goes back to the bullpen. Dugout. Coming up with 2 outs now and nobody on. Bottom of the 6th we've got, as the umps are making some notes, Sabrina Sanchez. So it started 2 up, 2 down for Lovington. Once again, struggling to get hitters to hit and runners on base. Was able to get 8 in the last game. Swung on, missed. And that is actually going to be for Jocelyn. And I would have thought that would have been Sanchez, but instead, I see number 3. Swing number 2 missed as well. This one's foul. Same result though, strike. So 0-2 for the first baseman. So Jocelyn, oh wait, that's right. She went to third strike after a check swing. It's going to be 3 up, 3 down for Lovington, unfortunately, and that's going to mean we're going to the 7th, tied up at 0-0. That also means that no hits, no runs, no errors, nobody left on base, and there have been nobody. Actually, there's been one time, one person left on base for Lovington. They weren't able to get them across, and they were on first base. Be back in a moment as we continue coverage right here. Let's go ahead and thank our sponsors, although you can see them at the bottom of the screen, without which we would not be able to get these on the air. Talking about Lasco Construction, Norley Hospital District, along with Bob's Thriftway, IPS, Lovington Schools, Stone Oil Field Services, also Lee County Electric Corp, and it is Lovington Auto Supply. Also got the sponsorship from Eunice Pump and Supply, and R360. So once again, nothing, top of the 7th. With all this dirt around, you got to make sure that the screen is clean so I can see what's going on. Thank you very much for being here. I am Ron Gunter, and I'm going to make sure you get all the coverage. Unfortunately, we cannot bring you the video of it, but we will bring you the best we can with what we've got to offer. All right. Swing and a miss on that one, went high. Thought it was going to drop down low, and that was going to be ball number, actually strike 1. And that went across for the first batter, and that's going to be Phillips. So Phillips swings on and hits this one over to first. Was able to pick up off the ground and get over to first in time for the out. So far, Phillips had not been able to get anything going as far as on base, and that is going to be 3 for 3 for unable to get on. Coming up next. Got the new batter up, and it's going to be, so that might be a new batter. Let's see. Sometimes I can't read. Okay, that is 18, so I thought that was 13. That is going to be Lucia Cami. And she is at 0-2 right now. And looks like going to be taking her base. Hit by pitch on that one. Doesn't happen very often. So 1 on, 1 out. That's coming up next is going to be Maddie. That is Kaser. So Madeline taking that first pitch across, and thought that was going to be a strike, but instead will be the ball. Swung on low and missed for a strike. So Maddie up. One out, one on. Swung that one a little early as well for strike two. Just trying to get something done. I know sometimes you want to manufacture hits, but can't do that if you don't